Hello again. We're back. It's a new day, it's a new dawn. It's a new fate to be solved. 54 of 60. Boy oh boy, are we nearly there. We are closing in on a full house. There has been some dramatic reveals recently. Trying to remember where we were last. I think there was a little flurry here that we managed to sort of leave it on. A little group revealed of certain geezers that we sort of threw some names around, and by golly did they stick nicely. So I'm thinking to close it out, we might be worth going through the chapters as they go and sort of seeing who's left really in terms of the names and numbers. Because he was a key guy, wasn't he? I think we were of the opinion that he was not Chinese for quite some time, and that sort of held us up. But that is a good one to get, I think. So who's left? So this geezer here is the top man. Again, we're not too sure. I think we're assuming he's a top man because he's with top men. So he is one of two, and there's no two ways about who shot him. It was 100% Mr. Nichols. So he's one of the remaining guys. But you know, he might not trigger until we've got a couple more, so I think we're going to have to leave this area for the time being. I do believe there are a few remaining acts to sort of be sorted out. I think 1 and 2 are completed. I just had a look at my achievements. So 1 has got a couple of X's, 2, 3 X's. 3 we haven't completed apparently. Yes, and it's this guy right here. So, not complete, but could be correct. He could well be one of 2 top men. The Calling. Now that's another one. That's another one we need to go and find. And who is it? Is it the people that left at the end? Yes. So this guy is likely a seaman, I think. I think he could well be Gorgeous George Shirley. I think we went for fell overboard. He went missing as part of this little sequence, and I think we were of the opinion that if he fell overboard, then he did as well, because the manner of their deaths were awfully similar. So that could well be a second one that is correct. Now, did I put in the guy that I'm next to? Yes, we put in his name. So there's 2 there that could well be correct. What we need is to test the waters with a third. Now, the third geezer will not come in part 5. He may well come. I think 6 is potentially done. And I think it's 7. The Doom. The Doom is a real. The Doom had a lot going on. There's a real group going on in the Doom. So we've placed him as one of the other seamen. So he was one of the guys that could well be Russian, purely based on the fact that in this sketch he was at the front with some other Russians. I mean, Russians like playing games, it would appear, and I mean, there's a real multicultural group here. We've got this man here, who I believe is from Sierra Leone, I think. Then you've got this Englishman, Chinese geezer, and then it's this guy here. I mean, we might have placed the other seaman as an incorrect name, possibly, and it might be him. So we can't rule that one out. However, there must be more to the Doom. Some missing geezers. Okay, so those are all looking okay. So actually, come to think of it, it's looking pretty full. The Doom is not far off. It's possibly just this guy. So he was the one that we kind of assumed was blasted with the cannon, but then again, if we're being realistic, he wasn't actually there, I don't think. So what was the two? Wasn't there another one? Drowned and fell overboard. Those are the two sort of options, because we see him in one frame and he's completely gone in the next. Maybe we need to look at that the second part after he is with the gunner, Mr. Wolf. Maybe he's somewhere else. Maybe he escapes to a different area. Maybe there's more to that. So he's another one to look out for, I think. And you know what? It's been a long time coming, but we are at long last going to use the bookmark feature because there's not many left now. Now, you know, saying that, saying the fact that we're using the bookmark feature, is that bookmarking this entire chapter? Is that what that's doing? Okay, so there's the bookmark there. So, right, we'll leave that there then. And the other guy, we're gonna go for the maybes, the maybe crew. Who else is in the maybe crew? We've got two more. That guy, yep, we've got him. The next one is this young gentleman over here. He's also in the maybe crew. The final one is not there. He must be towards the end, I suspect. So where are we now? So let's go straight to the end. I mean, the end is we did the end ages ago. We don't have to worry about that one. So the end, we can ignore that. The escape. So this guy, he is another one. So I mean, I thought he was a steward. Like, I mean, if he's in Africa, the rest are in Africa. He's dressed well enough to be a steward. Top man, the Scottish guy. Top man, Timmy. Two. Only two is that? I thought fates come in threes. Like variety comes in packs of 8s. Fates come in threes. Now then, who's left after that little flurry? Top man Timmy, he's done, so we can take Timmy out of the off the bookmark. So that's the bookmarks out of the way for him. Who does that leave? We've got Gorgeous George. Again, we're flicked between those two. Drowned or fell overboard. Drowned by a beast or fell overboard. But there's only 2 seamen left. We're at the unknowns category now. So, I mean, we've got no one left, to be fair, have we? It's just unknown people now. So, I mean, is this it? Have we finally got there? Let's keep going through just to see if there's any more little parts that we haven't flagged up. Maybe we've picked a name and we shouldn't have done for someone else. Alexi. He is. I'm triggering the old Alexa there. 1 second. Mute that. Alexei Topolov. He is great man. He has great hair and wonderful disposition. But again, I feel like if I put too many names in, I might well be pulling them off the list of people and therefore making it more difficult for myself. The bargain, the escape. So that's got the escape finished now. The end. So what exactly just triggered then in terms of the, is that, what's the date today? The 1st of November. So we've got a few at 2 AM. Unfortunately, those aren't the ones. 3:30 PM. That'll be the one. So we've done chapter 9. Chapter 9 is done. What else have we got? I'm pretty sure there's another one popped up. I could have sworn there were 2. Oh, there we go. Chapter 3. Chapter 3 is done. So, as far as I can tell, we have done chapter 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, not 4. Not 7 and not 8. But is that because one of those is the bargain? So bargain is 8. So 8 isn't going to happen until we leave the ship. So it can't be that one. So it's 4 and 7 are the 2 remaining ones. And that must be... So the Doom is 7. So we've got the potential Russian. He's in part 4 of chapter 7. And then we need to go back to calling, where we have this young gentleman here. Maybe they're the wrong way around. Maybe what I need to do is go like that. And maybe what I also need to do is go like this. All currently solvable fates are correct. "12 minutes in. We're into the grayed out part. So, there's nothing left to do on the Obra Dinn. We're on to the end game. To go down to the little rowing boat. I'm glad that told us that, just to be certain. So that is that done. Can put my little notes away. Let's leave this area into the warp door. Back up to the top deck, and our astute friend who is over on this side will now allow us to leave. Right then, sunshine. I agree. No problem. Oh, so it doesn't even give me a choice because it just knows. I think.
Finally. Sit down so you don't fall out.
He's got gravel in his throat, this guy. So I assume now it will all be about the bargain. The bargain, bridging the gap between the Doom, I think, and the end, if I'm right in saying that. No, maybe the escape, I think. So, the Honourable East India Company, 1807. Insurance assessment for the good ship Obra Dinn, victim of calamitous events at sea. Prepared by the Company Office of Investigation. The ship This is damaged in the Squall, Atlantic, Sunken Storm, Falmouth. Power claimed 20,000 Great British Pounds. Cargo company, all cargo lost. Another 5 grand for that. The Crown's cargo, all cargo lost. Power claimed for restitution, 3,000 Great British Pounds. Missed the captain. Suicide by gun, criminal findings, murder of crewmate. Number 4 or 4 total, we're not sure. Estate forfeited to the Crown. Well, they've not done bad out of this. William Oscar, he was shot by the captain. Criminal findings, attempted mutiny. The estate were fined a meagre 25 quid. Maybe that was a lot back then. Tricky to say. Eddie Nichols, the second mate, fate, shot by C-Tan, returning to the ship after he left to try and steal stuff, I think. He was found criminally being a naughty boy, murdered 2 of his crewmates, I believe. Attempted mutiny, shaft of cargo. 100 quid for you, my friend. Top man Perra, don't know where he is. He had extraordinary valour, exceptional performance of duties, and his estate were awarded outstanding wages and a reward of 90 quid. John Davies, the 4th mate, clubbed by the 1st mate. By the 1st mate, I don't mean the 1st mate, I mean Brennan. So he was also found doing a murder. Estate 15 quid. Alfie Klestel, the man that we know was torn apart by the beast, lost his arm. Again, they thought he'd done it pretty good. Not quite as good as old Martin Perrett's. Got 70 quid. Not quite the same, but not bad nonetheless. Now, the Frenchman drowned, unfortunately. Expenses claimed 15 quid. Estate were unknown, unfortunately, so yeah, didn't do too well. Henry Evans. So, findings of demerit, so he abandoned the crew and the vessel. So, I mean, you can't blame him really. It was all going apart and it wasn't his fault. He's just a surgeon. Surgeon's mate, decapitated. So it seems basically if you die to one of the beasts, then you're probably going to get some money, it would appear. Because the carpenter also got it. Extraordinary valor. I mean, he was a real brave man. 60 quid for his estate. So Marcus Gibbs, carpenter's mate, spiked. Estate unknown. His wages were donated to a pension fund. The cook got 40 quid in wages. I mean, he didn't really do anything particularly awarding of valor, did he? The butcher, 40 quid. The gunner, 70 quid. He got done in by the beast, so that means you get some money. The gunner's mate, murder of the crewmate. Yep, we remember that one. That was the leg thing. So his estate were fined. Bit unfair that you've got some crazy sort of relative and you get fined for his wrongdoings, but the Crown got to get the money. The purser so he abandoned the crew, but he didn't make it as a result of it. The helmsman, the beast got him. Oh god, the shitting artist, Sprat, shutting Sprat. He's I don't know whether he quite deserved outstanding wages quite so well, but never mind. Poor old Nunzio. Nunzio is the victim of this whole thing. He was a nice man. He got screwed over. Abigail, nothing there. Emily Jackson. Murder of the crewmate. She was just trying to defend her abandonment of the crew, so bit unfair. I did 10 quid for that. God, Itbeng Sia got his estate were claimed as well. Burned. Hok Seng Lao, shot in front of the squad. Philip Dahl, Captain Steward, failure to perform duties. Oh, how depressing. Paul Moss. He was defending the people leaving, I suppose. So maybe that's a bit naughty, but again, he gets 45 quid. Davy James, Side Parting Simon, as he's sometimes known, I think. Extraordinary valor, but only 40 quid. Much of the same, really. We liked finding out about them all, and feels like we know them now. Oh, the Admiral. 25 quid for you, my friend, the Admiral. Brennan. Naughty boy was Brennan. Murdered crewmate and there was a mutiny as well. Right, here we are, we're nearly there. A preliminary draft of this assessment has been approved by the Royal Trade Guarantor. Total claim £29,285. On behalf of the Honourable East India Company, I certify all statements as accurate and declare this matter closed in its entirety. Signature. HEIC Chief Inspector. However, have we truly finished? We still have the pocket watch. We still have... Oh no, the book returns to its original owner, Henry Evans in Morocco, as requested. The bargain. Come on, don't sell me short. We need to see the bargain. We need to see how these last parts will link together. 1 year later. So I suppose it's once it goes back to our mate, the Moroccan man. Maybe we get it back afterwards, perhaps. Just a minute, lads. Yep, just going in. Oh no. Imagine we've got a shell in it. The curse is on us. Cheers, love. Morocco. Is that Morocco? To Londres. So this is from our Moroccan man. So after a year. This is in Africa, Morocco. Northwest region, I believe. So this may well be... Yes, Jane Bird. Chief Inspector, I write to you with the unfortunate news that Dr. Evans has passed away. He succumbed to his illness shortly after receiving your package. He was very pleased with your correspondence and asked that his gratitude be expressed by returning the book to you, along with the means to complete it. As for the three of us that remain, the Obra Dinn is a distant memory, and a dreadful chapter in our lives that we wish to forget. Do not write back. Regards, Jane Bird. So we've got some wrap thing, the letter we've just read, and the book that we sent across. So we'll start off on this wrapped item to see what this is about. Goodness me, is that a human hand shriveled up? Did someone lose a hand? Oh, the watch. Maybe we'll just have a cheeky look at the book quickly, just in case there's something something to go by. So, this tale belongs to you now. Please finish it. H.E. Mr. Evans. Preface. I trust you now. Find yourself above Obra Dinn. I expect this day to come. Blah 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 blah. Okay, so this is what we got at the start. So Henry Evans, I think I've actually completely missed the fact that Henry Evans was the surgeon. I don't think I made that connection before. So that would make sense that so yeah, I should have picked that up before then. That he was in Morocco, so he was in Africa. So there was the link as to where they went, and as a result, they all went to Africa. So I mean, I assumed they would be based on where they were sort of situated before, but I say I didn't pick up that connection at all. But never mind. By hook or by crook, we made it. So we're going through 2, past the Doom, part 7 of the Doom, part 8 of the Doom, disappearances, the bargain. So the bargain starts in the lazarette, and the lazarette, I believe, is the prison section of the ship, and I reckon that this hand may well be Philip Dahl's, because I think he was tied up in there. So the surgeon, and behind him, who are you? Who are you? Who are you? Oh, we almost got him. I think we accidentally got him just on the way through. So you are almost the first mate. This guy, Mr. Parrot, died from the spikes, it would appear. Is there a fish person in here? No, the monkey! He shot the monkey! Was it a monkey's paw that we got then in that? The bargain. I think that is a monkey's paw. From Binding of Isaac fame as well. A friendly but not entirely pleasant monkey companion was sacrificed in the pursuit of knowledge. There you are, collect your things. Where is the key to that door? Gone. Damn, there's no time, we need to go. Right, in you go. What are you up to? Nothing good. So he put the rope through and probably fed the monkey through there. Oh, look at his hand. His hand is not looking too good either. Okay, so he burnt his hand as well by trying to get this mystery thing open as well. So Philip would appear was burned in there. Is that down into the water at that level? I'm not sure. Mr. Parrot? The monkey. So we're going for Mr. Parrot next. The fact that he shot his own monkey is just heartbreaking. How could you do that? Your own monkey.
A third shell. Captain didn't toss them all. Leave it. Help me lift this.
Ooh.
Stop, why? Well, set you free. Give it the shell. Here,
It.
do it.
It equals fish person, maybe.
To the main deck. Throw it over. Lock the door when you leave. Get the tail, boy.
Okay, so Martin Parrott, I think, was the guy talking there. Potentially, we'll see. We'll see. Paul. Yep. This geezer, Davy James. It's in Africa. Toto. Philip Dahl, obviously. Is that a spear that's through there, maybe? And they've opened that up as well. So that's another one of the shells. I had to read over the writing, I think, again. So there's a few spikes been thrown across here, and presumably that's also what got Mr. Parrott, maybe. I can't remember the significance of a monkey's paw. I think it's... I remember from Binding of Isaac, but I can't remember if it was good luck or what. It's a bit of a tricky one to recall. So he was spiked by a terrible beast, I think. So we'll go back and see what happened to him. I mean, I'm pretty certain that he got burned. The fact that he has literally no arm on one side, he's probably reached it to there, and it's just gone up in smoke. Okay. So there is another fish person in here, it would appear. Oh, it's the captain. So the captain did manage to drive away the Kraken by seemingly, yeah, it would appear that he sort of tortured them, murdered every last one of them, and maybe that's what made the Kraken withdraw. Maybe he did do it. The captain was a hero. So at this point, he still has a shell. He's pulled it out of there, burnt off his hand and his arm, and I suspect that will be the next memory, you would have thought. So at this point, this is when Abigail must have died, or similar sort of timing at least. Captured beast fought against its jailer and was spared for the trouble. The captain says, "I'll kill every last one of you monsters. Withdraw the Kraken, or I will kill you all." Also, let's just go back this way. A third shell. Captain didn't toss them all. Then, Mr. Parrott, leave it. Help me lift it. Stop. Wait. We're to set you free. Give it the shell. So Parrott was trying to lift the curse maybe by giving it the shell and throwing it overboard. And he said to lock the door to this room when you leave. So then he asked them to return the ship home. So he was talking to Davy James, went to Africa. Paul Moss, who was almost got to Africa, but he was killed by the Russian guy. Okie dokie. Another beast is that. So there's two of them maybe.
Call it off, Daniel. This is your Kraken. You brought it here. Send it back.
Wow, so he shot the other one as well. So potentially, maybe the arm, I don't know, is that something he did to his arm perhaps? To escape from this? Or maybe I was right the first time. Again, the captain is sort of, he shot the first one, spared the second one. This opens, and I suppose that opens at the point here where they say, not that one. Help me lift this. So they're talking about lifting that. Lifting that to free one of the beasts, perhaps. Part 2. So we've got another one left after this. An unholy creature's defiant shrieks were greeted with a fatal bullet. So he killed another one. So he killed one there. It was speared. The other one was speared. So presumably he killed the second one, but maybe there was a third that they were lifting out at this part. Unless the speared one survived, perhaps. A fatal bullet suggests one of them was definitely killed, you would have thought. Okay, so the last one. You, my friend. So will we see the fire that we believed happened?
What's this? Quicksilver.
That's his hand going up. God in heaven. So what's this? The quicksilver. So there's the fire. So he just picked up the shell. His arm got truly toasted. He got burned. Just like our Formosan friend from earlier on. There's no one outside that wouldn't appear. At this point there's no hat over here, but there are some provisions. So, was the hat the captain's maybe? Did it come off his head when he was getting stuck in on these lads, perhaps? So, Phil, what's this? Quicksilver. As he opens that thing there. And then he reaches in and his arm gets well and truly burned. So we can leave after this, but you, my friend, the captain steward, were burned. And there we have it. Well done. All fates correct. Bingo! Obra Dinn, Obra done. Come on, parrot. You got spiked. The monkey was killed. The most tragic part of the whole tale. Job done. Ladies and gentlemen, we got them all. Ticks. Ticks as far as the eye can see. The only thing that wasn't shown was the unknowns from before, but I mean, we've got them. So what more is there to be done? Let's see, let's look at a little cheeky sketch. There's no one left, I don't think. Nope, I think that's the lot. The artist as well himself. I think there you go. I think we are we're all the way there. So just to look through the bargain. So Philip Dahl was locked in here. Maybe he woke up and he sort of saw what was next to him, put his hand in, got the shell, burned to death. So arm didn't do too well. Then during or around the time of the Kraken's arrival, the captain of the lazarette shot one of the fish people, speared the other fish person. He sort of warned them to withdraw the Kraken or kill you all. Maybe he didn't kill the second one, maybe that's the one that got out here. Captain must have left at this point perhaps. And Then we've got our good friend Mr. Parrot. They noticed the third shell. Mr. Parrot realizes that the shells are cursed, and to release the curse, they need to give them the shells because they're not happy about them really. So evidently, what they did, they gave it the shell, took it to the top, lobbed it overboard, and he also wanted them to see the ship home, but they didn't. It would appear they left on their own, and finally, in the lazarette, essentially at a later time, there you are, collect your things. Where is the key to that door? Has gone. So as we know, Parrot asked them to lock the door, and evidently he doesn't bother keeping the key around. A friendly but not entirely pleasant monkey companion was sacrificed in the pursuit of knowledge. So how has he got... He kept the paw of the monkey because he was on... He was sort of on a leash, it would appear. Oh, this is the finale. The end. We've made it. We've made it. We've solved a lot. We've seen all there is to be seen. Lucas Pope. Good work, geezer. So, overall, I've enjoyed it. It's been a great experience. It's been very interesting to pick apart. There's been some things I missed, you know. The surgeon, for instance, that was one that completely went over my head. And perhaps, you know, earlier on, if I'd picked that out, I could have solved a few things quicker. I think also the stewards for the mates, maybe if I had realised that a little bit quicker, I could have picked out a few of those bad boys a little bit earlier than I did. I think another thing was perhaps some guesses that perhaps became too embedded in my psyche, and thus I was unable to shake them. Such as the French tattooed guy, for instance. He was sort of, you know, he was one that I thought early on I very much took the pulled apart the bosun's mate literally and assumed that was him. This man as well, I think I had as somebody else for a while. Some of them obviously are very straightforward. If it gives you a name, it's not too tricky to pick. There's a little sort of cluster of the same nationality. You've got the Indians, the Russians, and the Chinese. They were all very much sort of a case of throwing names around, realizing that the group were a certain combination of geezers. And essentially throwing names around until it stuck, really, was the order of the day with those geezers. It would be interesting to see if there are clues that really narrow down who certain people are, and meaning that you wouldn't have to guess. He was a troublesome guy. We assumed he was Scottish for longer than we should have done. And I think I will look up afterwards the final scene as well with the monkey paw and the surgeon, because I don't quite follow exactly what that meant. I assume the surgeon maybe... I don't know whether he used the monkey to get something out of there, maybe. But then there was nothing in there as far as I'm aware to pull, so... Yeah, we're going to have to read that up afterwards and see if we can decipher that little bit. But, hey, we had a great time, and I hope you enjoyed watching. This is the final part. Return of the Obra Dinn. Solved. Thank you and good night.